Got you recording.
Okay, we good? Okay. One more? All right, Mr. Moore, look like you with us now. Come on.
I'm with y'all.
There it is. There's that smile.
All right. Just gonna wait till the folks.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. All right, with that being said, what you doing for dinner? Who's the cook? What y'all doing for dinner?
What do you want me at, Willie?
Ain't that
Right here?
sweet? I'm talking about not, I'm thinking about Thanksgiving, but y'all about, you about to get them something to eat now. What y'all doing Thanksgiving? Bubby, you
Our door
cooking?
is always open.
Yes, ma'am.
I am throwing it down.
I gotta get home now so I can make my sweet potato pies
No,
for
you is not, Miss Buffy.
for the potluck tomorrow at work.
That's what I'm doing.
You know how we do it in the house.
Yes.
You gotta wait till everybody out of here, you know, 'cause they like to talk chit chat.
So
But,
the community function.
let's say, you know, it's all good. We'll give a couple minutes to calm
Start
down.
earning their points.
But my name is Willie Hamilton. Of course, we welcome you
You
here.
know, it used to be easy when I
Had a
had
real
a couple
talk.
kids, one or two.
I always keep it real.
Yeah, 40 kids.
That's what we're about. We got a crazy show for you tonight. We got the iconic Mr. John Beasley will be in the house, and of course we got none other than Buffy Bush Porter, Fox in the house as well. Talk about her upcoming co-drive as well needed. And then we got my guy out from LA, who actually has a program called Positive, or Street Positive. And Mr. Terry Borges will join her at the final hour to talk about his organization and what they do, and his focus on prevention and early intervention. He's award-winning Street Positive, develops social impact and community awareness campaigns focused on emotional, financial, and physical safety needs of children and youth. He really hones in on the impact the fathers or lack thereof is having on our community. So I'm very pleased to have him on for the first time to talk about Street Positive and what that is all about. And again, the iconic Mr. John Beasley from the ONE will be in the house, but we're gonna start off first with none other than Miss, let me give her a voice. I don't want to take her voice away. Give her a voice. Miss Buffy Bush Porter kicks off Real Talk tonight. She is here to tell you about a much needed coat drive coming up this coming December 5th. Warm Hearts, Warming Families. I like that. Warm Hearts, Warming Families. Coats and gloves giveaway. So let's bring her in and talk more about how you can participate in this coat drive. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
All righty then.
Hey.
How you been?
Lovely.
That's good. First of all, if people don't know, better ask somebody.
Hey.
What is Buffy Bush? What is she all about? What is your organization?
Well, I'm the founder of FOTS, which is Families of the Stolen, and I'm a community support agency and organization that geared toward helping the families that have been affected by violence in our community, that have lost loved ones due to murder and violence. I bring awareness to the unsolved murders. I bring awareness just to the loved ones that have been murdered, just to keep their faces alive in our community, just to be able to have a place for the whole community to come together and offer support and prayers of peace to the families.
That is some serious talk you just did.
Yes.
Murder. To lose someone in a non-physical way or violent way, it's hard anyway, but to actually have someone lost through murder is something that
Never goes away.
never goes away.
No, you just learn to breathe with it every day.
Why Fox? Why form an organization? So many organizations already exist.
I formed FOTS because my sister was murdered in 2011, and she was murdered with her boyfriend and left for her 2 children to find. I created FOTS because a year after her murder, it was like it didn't happen. It was like the community had forgot who she was. It was like the news had forgotten who she was, but yet I still had 2 little nephews there wanting to know, why is their mommy's killer has not been caught? A 5-year-old and a 6-year-old wanting to watch the 10 o'clock news every night, wanting to see something about their mom or something about the murderers. They were there faithfully to where it made me think, okay, this isn't right. So I know if I'm feeling this way, there has to be other people that are feeling this way.
And
That's why I created FOTS.
And that's why post-traumatic stress disorder is such a crazy thing that is affecting this community in a tremendous way. And that's why mental health is such an important part of this whole dynamic.
Yes.
But that's a whole different story in itself. Now, why do this? I mean, there's other organizations that could have took on this challenge. Why was it so important for Buffy Bush to really stick her neck out, really start doing stuff on her own to make a change in the community? Why?
Just because I wanted to be that person, just to be able to touch another life, just to be able to help someone else, just to be able to touch someone feeling what I'm feeling. This was my way of helping myself heal by reaching out to other people going through what I go through.
You know, most people don't realize when you go and help someone else, it really helps you.
It does.
And that brings us straight into this segment. Straight into this segment of this coat drive that you is doing at this point. So tell us a little bit about this coat drive.
What we're doing with Mount Java, which is more than just a Village Academy, myself, which is FOTS, and Crime Stoppers. I teamed up with Crime Stoppers to host a coat, hat, and glove giveaway. So what we are doing is collecting gently used coats, hats, gloves, new coats, hats, gloves. I mean, you know, good gloves are 2 for $1. You can, if you're at the store, grab a couple pairs, anything like that. We're collecting them all to where we can be able to give them away to families that are in need. So that day will be about giving and receiving. So people will be able to drop off their donations, their coats, hats, and glove donation starting at 10 a.m. And people will be able to start coming to pick up coats at 1 o'clock.
Now drop them off at what location?
At Benson High School, December 5th is our drop-off location starting at 10 a.m.
Do you guys have like a website that people who can't make it down to Benson, that they can actually just go right on your website?
Yes, if they want to go to, if they want to email us at info@mtjava.org, or they can hit me up at FOTS, which is www.facebook.com/FOTS, FOTS, the number 4 piece. We'll arrange a pickup.
Okay. Is there a particular age group that you're actually trying to get coats for?
All ages.
All ages.
All sizes.
Small, medium, large,
Small,
extra large,
medium,
everything?
large, extra large, mom's coat, dad's coat. I mean, whichever. If it's been sitting in the closet and you know you're not going to wear it again, please clean out the closet because someone else will need it.
Okay, well, I definitely got to go get it done.
Yes.
Not only am I going to go clean out my closet, but Black Million Line is going to donate $100. Donate $100 to the cause as well. Because it's not just enough to really talk about it, but be about it. So we try to be about it and try to help as much as we possibly can. So you just heard my commitment to this particular cause because I believe in you and what you're doing. Here's an opportunity for you to join in to what Black Men United just did and make a commitment to your organization to give to someone. Warm hearts, warming families. I mean, I like that. Warm hearts, warming family. And it's a small way. So you may not be able to give $100, but you maybe can give $20. Or you maybe can just say, hey, look, you know something? I got a couple of coats in the closet.
Exactly.
This is what I can do. Just go ahead and give. Yeah, and you don't have to even give them clean. Just drop them off, and then we'll get probably cleaners or someone else to do the cleaning. But here's just a small way for you to give back. Maybe you got a pair of gloves that's been in the drawer for a while, and you say, oh, what am I going to do with this? Here's an opportunity for you just take them. Take them to Benson High and just give them away. So. And
we'll also have, because we are a 501(c), so we're tax exempt. So if anyone needs a receipt, and we will have them available right then. So anyone needs it for a tax write-off as well.
So is there a particular location at Benson High that
just the main entrance is where, and where we'll be. They'll see the signs leading you to the coat drive and to the coats. If your family is in need of a coat, then please go to the event, which is on Facebook, or search for it on Eventbrite and register, because we have people registering so we can keep a paper trail, keep track of who we give what to.
Basic count. So, folks, here's a great opportunity for you to give back in a needed cause, and it's just simple. Some gloves, a scarf, an old coat that's been laying around for a while. Here's an opportunity for you to get rid of that and do a good thing. I'm going to add this. Robert Wagner and my organization has been partnering for the last couple of years to give turkeys and dinners away. We have a few spots left, so if you know of anyone, please contact Robert Wagner. I know Barbara Robinson as well is looking for turkeys as well. I guess Impact One. I was going to say something on that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's why it's called real talk. The fact of the matter is, too many times you have organizations who put out in the community that they do this and they do that, and then when the greatest need is needed, then those organizations, for whatever the reason may be, find themselves a shortage or not doing that anymore. We have to stop with the personal feelings, and we have to do what is right for the community, irregardless if you may dislike an individual or organization. Folks, our community is struggling every day to make ends meet. We cannot allow organizations who are supposed to and have received funds for exactly this. So you tell them you heard it right here on Real Talk. You know how I keep it raw. Anyway, we have to hold these folks accountable. If you're not going to speak out, you're just as guilty. You're just as guilty as the organization that's doing it. So here's an opportunity for you to also give to Robert Wagner cause as well. He's actually going to be doing his toy track.
Oh, nice.
Toy track. We're going to try to walk 17 miles, but I don't know.
Oh, Lord.
I don't know, but we're going to start off on 114th and Center, and we'll be walking all the way to 16th
Collecting
and Locust,
toys?
and collecting toys along the way. We had so many toys that we probably had about 1,000 toys last year.
Wow.
1,000 toys last year, so we're expecting probably to double that number. And we have probably about maybe 25 to 30 spots where we'll be stopping off and picking up toys. So,
Okay.
So folks, stay tuned. This is going to be the biggest ever, and that's what we want to do, is to be able to,
And when
with
would
all
they
this violence.
Do the
December the 19th.
okay.
December the 19th is when we're going to kick off the walk, and it'll be like I said, I think it's at 9 a.m. And it's just a way for you to just come out. You know, if you want to walk 100 yards, walk 100 yards. And if you want to sponsor a kid or two or a family, you can do that as well.
I got two nephews that need to be sponsored.
Well, like I said, we're gonna try to take care of as many families as possible, because the need is so great. It's so great right now.
It is.
So remember, December the 19th, Toy Track, 3rd annual, 17-mile hike. You don't have to do the whole 17, and a way to be able to give back. So is there anything else coming up on your agenda that you want to make know?
Yes, we actually have teamed up with Scattered Joy Acres. Me, FOTS and Mount Java have teamed up with Scattered Joy Acres.
No, what's Scattered?
Scattered Joy Acres is it's an actual farm that have rescue animals, that houses rescue animals.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we're trying to develop a healing camp
Okay.
out at the ranch.
Okay.
And the camp will be once a month for the children that have been affected by violence directly, that have lost a loved one or witnessed it in the home, whichever the case may be, just to teach them healing properties of peace, and just to let them interact with the rescue animals. And we'll do workshops and activities. So I'll be starting that after the first of the year.
Boy, I swear to God.
And that'll be once a
I
month.
almost put my hand over the mic, because my daughter is pre-vet, so she's about to graduate this year, and
Nice.
she is a nut for any kind of wounded animal
Oh,
whatsoever.
but she needs to come to Scattered Joy Acres
Well,
to check out all the rescue animals.
so I know once she hears about this, you know, and I always tell her
And
that
she's right off of
she needs to
49.
volunteer. She needs to volunteer. She needs to volunteer, and that's what she loves to do. So she will be probably contacting y'all.
That would be wonderful.
Regarding that, 'cause she got about like 6 animals now.
Wow.
Called Animal Kingdom, but she really loves animals, and animals are very therapeutic.
Yes, they are.
You know, so to do something like that and to have something like that available specifically for our community, big ups. That's a big thing popping.
I can say Mr. Mora with Mountain, he's working hard getting it together to where we can get land, to where we can actually build a camp and everything right there on the ranch. So we're getting it together. He's working really hard. I'm just excited to start, just to work with the kids. And
where's it located at?
it's right off of 49th and Fort.
So it's in town?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right off of by Wakanda School.
Oh my God! To have something like that in town.
In town.
Because transportation is such a.
And we will be providing the transportation to pick them up and all that good stuff.
So is that like an age group or?
Well, think he said we're gonna do kindergarten to 16.
That's gonna be phenomenal. Well, look, I'm about to bring you guys back, man.
Okay, definitely.
Do you have like a grand opening or coming up?
Yes. Oh, yeah. When we get everything official and get everything done, then yes, we'll be making a big announcement for it. But the camp actually that I'll be doing with the FOTS children, I'll be reaching out directly to those few specifically. I'll start off with probably 12 children just to see how it goes for the first couple months.
Okay.
So yeah.
Big thing popping. We ain't the only one.
Yes,
we ain't the only one. So
we are going to be the difference.
We ain't the only one. So
as Black Men says.
I'm excited. I'm excited. Again, Buffy, we want to thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, and I look forward to.
Before we leave, I need for you to make sure you call Janice.
Yes.
Arrange your time.
Okay.
To pick up the check tomorrow.
Okay.
For our donation.
I sure will, and I will bring you your receipt.
Thank you so much. Oh my God, this is just. Anyway, folks, please, here's an opportunity for you to do the same. $100, $50, $25, $10, for you can make someone and fulfill a need. So take the opportunity, and if you see her in the streets, give her a big hug. She definitely deserve it. All the work that she do. It's so important to give back. Buffy Bliss, again, she is here, and she was here rather, to talk about her co-drive, Warm Hearts, Warming Families, coats and gloves giveaway. So, we want to thank you so much for tuning in and listening to that particular aspect. I'm waiting for my next guest, Mr. John Beasley, the iconic, charismatic actor, will be here, Omaha born, the ONE, to talk about some of his latest ventures, if you will. Again, so while we're waiting for him, we will get a couple of announcements out of the way. Last Saturday was our first class, and I just want to say thank you so much to the three brothers who attended our class, Mr. Vermel. Hold up, I don't want to mess up the brother's name, so I'm gonna go here real quick. Boy, I love technology. So, but I want to give props to, first of all, Mr. Dale Gines. I love this brother with all my heart, and he's really truly committed to bring about change. And he did a phenomenal job in relating to these brothers, interacting with these brothers, teaching this class. So again, I want to give a big shout out. I want to make sure I got these names correct. Mr. Stephen Griffin, Mr. Terrell Griffin, and Mr. Brodell Moss. Again, Mr. Brodell Moss, Mr. Stephen Griffin, Mr. Terrell Griffin, Mr. Terrell Wilson, Jason Cooper. Just a phenomenal group of individuals for our first class. And we're doing big things at the Kamani Center. And I just want to thank Dale. I want to thank God, first of all. I want to thank Janice Foster. I want to thank Jim Esch. I want to thank the whole board. I want to thank all the individuals who believed in what we were trying to do. I want to thank Mr. Wednesday Duran. I want to thank Mayor Gene Stothard. I want to thank Harold Dobb, Governor Ricketts. I want to thank all the folks who believed in Black Men United and the Urban Pre-Vocational Training Program. It's a reality, and 2016 is only going to be even bigger on a bigger scale. we will impact lives, protect and build. That's what we do. So we still are looking for our second class. So it's going to be first come, first serve. After this first class, folks, this thing gonna get bananas. And then we're also excited that we're in the process of actually going behind the walls and literally have a captive audience. So we excited about that. So stay tuned. Intro to the Trades program is a 4-week-long Saturday class that will help you gain key skills to be employed in the construction field. What this course will do for you will give you the basic skills to prepare you for the entry-level construction work, teach you skills to get and keep a job, support you with your job search efforts, connect you to the potential employers, give you hands-on training with a short internship, provide you with the certificate of completion and the letter of recommendation for your resume. This course consists of the following: basic construction with math and measurement, CPR certification, interviewing skills and strategies, dealing with workforce frustration, job search strategies, one-on-one support, and more. To cap off the program and receive a certificate of completion, a student must complete a 10-hour arranged internship at a local construction or vocational company in Omaha. This program is targeted to individuals from the age of 18 to 25. However, if you are older and are interested, exception can be made. We will be unveiling our bigger scale once we have our training facility done. So a big up to Mr. Dale Gines, a big up to Verdell Moss, Terrell Griffin, and his brother Stephen for participating in our first training class. So look forward to big things. And again, folks, please join Warm Hearts, Warming Families, free coat, hat, and gloves giveaway, while supplies last, December the 5th, 2015, December the 5th, 2015, from 1 to 5 p.m., Benson High School, Bouncy House, Cocoa Treats, Petting Zoo, will be there. We're excited. A couple things. First of all, our Hungry Club. I want to thank Big Mama, our sponsor. 2 locations. One 45th and Bedford, and the second location is 24th and Lake Street, which is the sandwich shop. We want to thank her for being a proud sponsor of Real Talk for the last 3 years. So big up to Big Mamas. You know the winter season is coming up. Suicide rates go through the roof. Depression, anxiety, and those things take place on a higher level when it comes to the winter months. So we're going to be talking about suicide and suicide prevention. We're going to have our special guest, Ms. Donna Smith. Will be the guest speaker at the December Hungry Club at Big Mama's Kitchen, sponsored by Black Men United. Donna has a radio show weekly on 1690 AM, Surviving Life's Tribulations. Her son committed suicide in 2011. She's a suicide prevention awareness advocate, has been a sports coach for 23 years, and has been the executive regional director for Hoop It Up for the last 9 years. She's going to talk about suicide awareness. I think this is a timely topic as suicides and depression tend to rise during the holidays. So we're really excited to bring Donna on to talk more about suicide prevention and what you could do to actually save a life. So join us the first Wednesday of the month from 12 to 1 at Big Mama's Kitchen and Catering, located on the Turning Point campus. I am so proud to announce the 3rd annual toy trek being put on by Project Nose. And you can go to Facebook Project Nose or projectnose@gmail.com, or you can contact Mr. Robert Wagner at 402-812-6 6540. I'm sorry, 402-812-6540. The kickoff will take place at 104th and Center in the dealer space on December the 19th. Also, there will be, and it is taking place tonight, a turkey giveaway. So if you are in need of a turkey, you can go down to 4200 North 30th Street at the Kamani Center and talk to a gentleman by the name of Robert Wagner, and it'll be a first come, first serve. So again, folks, the toy track, projectnose@gmail.com will kick off 104th and Center in the Dillard Mini Mall area. We are proud to announce I just want to make sure, I think I'm on. We're proud to announce that we are actually bringing Mr. Yusef Salam to Omaha, Nebraska. Mr. Yusef Salam is one of the members of the Central Park Five. If you don't know about the Central Park Five, the Central Park Five in 1989 was four individuals, African American and one Latino, that was accused and charged of rape and kidnapping of a cyclist in the Central Park area. And that's what it deemed Central Park 5. But anyway, they served their time, 5 to 13 years. And 25 years ago in New York, 5 blacks and Latino juvenile males was wrongfully convicted and then incarcerated on rape charges stemming from a brutal attack and rape of a white woman jogging in Central Park. The Central Park Five, as they became known, ended up serving their full sentences of between 5 and 13 years in prison. They were later exonerated after serial rapist Matias Reyes, already in prison, confessed to the charges, supported by DNA evidence. Mr. Yusef Salam lives in New York City and is a family man, an educator, motivational speaker, poet, artist, and activist. He will be here at the Community Engagement Center on the UNO Turning Point campus. So we want to thank our co-sponsor of this event, UNO, and all the departments associated with UNO. The Barbara Weiss Community Engagement Center, again, University of Nebraska, Omaha, 60001 Dodge Street, second level room 201 and 205. When? December the 2nd, 2015, 6 to 8 p.m. He also will be giving a small presentation, I think from 10 to 11 on the UNO campus as well. So to learn more about this and other events, you can give me a call at 402-965-1003, or you can email me at will@blackmenunited.org. Again, Yusef Salam will be in Omaha, Nebraska, December the 2nd, 2015, from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Barbara Weiss Community Engagement Center. And I want to thank Dr. Teresa McKechnie for really supporting me in bringing this individual to Omaha, as well as Mr. B.J. Reed, also for lending his support as well. Again, folks, Mr. Yusef Salam will be here, one of the members of the Central Park Five. Will share his thoughts a quarter of a century later. We have a criminal justice system that is broken, folks, and in need of repair. Friends and families of inmates, Mr. Mel Beckman, the Criminal Justice Review, I think one of the best magazines or pamphlets or newsletters out here when it comes to policy as far as educating people about the criminal justice process and keeping you aware about all the different cases and the different laws that are being passed that's going to directly impact our community, specifically community of colors. So we want to talk about some upcoming hearings that is taking place. We just had Mr. Chris Garza, so I was able to go down and sit in on the sentencing there. We have about 3 other individuals that also are coming up that I want to tell you about. Mr. Luigi Greyer, sentencing has been rescheduled. It was due to be here to take place tomorrow, November 21st. Excuse me. It has been moved to December the 1st at 2:15 p.m. Again, Luigi Greyer, sentence has been rescheduled from November 24th to December 1st, 2015. Mr. Doug Mantic, that's M-A-T-I-C-H, hearing is at 1:30 tomorrow in courtroom 411. Again, that's Doug Mantic, M-A-N-T-I-C-H. Hearing is tomorrow, 1:30 p.m., November 24th, courtroom 411. Mr. Justin Williams, hearing is at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow in courtroom 411 as well. Again, Mr. Justin Williams, hearing is at 9:30 a.m. Courtroom 411 tomorrow. Finally, Friends and Families of Inmates is having their monthly meeting tomorrow at, no, not tomorrow, I'm sorry, at 9:30 this coming Saturday, November 28th, at the First Christian Church, 6630 Dodge Street. If you have any questions, you can contact him at 402-558-2085. Again, Friends and Families of Inmates meeting is this coming Saturday at 9:30, November 28th. First Christian Church, 6630 Dodge Street. I am missing my guest, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to call him and maybe we can do this interview over the phone. So again, I do apologize, but we make it happen. Matter of fact, I don't think I'm gonna call Robert. I think get off the phone. You know what we could have done. So I'm gonna ask my secretary if you can give Mr. Terry Boykins a call and see could he call in earlier. I would really appreciate it. Hopefully you tune into the show. So if you can give Terry a call. You have reached the voicemail box of 40. I would really appreciate it. Again, folks, my guest, Mr. John Beasley, has apparently has something come up. But we will try to call him, and we will try to move our last guest to second. And if that takes place, then we'll probably have a short show tonight. But while we're doing that, I want to talk about, again, Mr. Robert Wagner is doing the project um, down at the Commodity Center, as well as giving away turkeys. But we did a video, Stop the Violence video, and I had so much fun with that video, but the message was even more powerful. It was about how we stop the violence, or address the violence that's going on and plaguing not only Omaha, but cities across this nation. He's actually undertaking another video, and as soon as I'm done with the show, I'm actually going down and do my part. Miss Lionel Richie. I was supposed to do with Stevie Wonder, but I'm not a Stevie Wonder fan, so I mean, I am a fan, but I don't think I can pull Stevie Wonder off. I really don't. So, but I thought about going to get a wig, put on my glasses, just move my head side to side. But they actually found someone else to do that part and do that part with justice. So I'm gonna just go down there and support Robert Wagner in what he's doing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to call him and see if we probably put him on the line. So 0517. So what's up, Robert? How you doing? Hey, look good, man, because I got you on the air, man. Hold up. I got you on the air down here, man. We live on 1690 AM, and we want to talk a little bit about your latest project, which is the video that you're doing. So let's talk about the project that you're doing right now. What's going on? So where you guys are located at? Oh my God. So Robert, I'll tell you, I've been knowing you for a while, man, and you already work probably 15, 16 hours a day on your business. But you work even more harder on giving back to your community. Why is it so important for you to do this, man? I told you that you're a leader, whether you like it or not, and it's just so great to see you developing in such an impactful person. Because you don't just talk about it; you out here, you do it. If there's a need, Robert Wagner, if it's possible, will fill that need. Now, we are the world. Why we are the world? Yeah. It's easy. It's all. Believe me, I'm coming, man. I had a great time when we did the first video, man, and I want to come down there and let you know that I support you, man, not just by talk, but by action. But I just need sometimes a little bit more of a notice, and and I'll get there. But before you get off the air, man, I want to talk about the big event that you got coming up December 19th. Talk a little bit about that. You said how many miles? How many miles? So yeah, you heard it right, folks. It's 17 miles. So, but if you can't do the 17 miles, if you only can do 100 yards, you can only do 3 miles, you can only do 10 miles. We just want you to come out and just show support. Matter of fact, we want to have the kickoff. We want to have like thousands of people show up on the kickoff and support Robert in this effort, man, and the impact that it can have on so many lives. So, what day is the actual event? What day is the event? What day is the event? Do you have a time? 8:30 a.m. Okay. Now, if you need a turkey, and what time? How late will you guys be there for individuals who need that? All right, great. All right, great. Hey, Robert, I want to thank you so much for all the things that you do. Again, folks, while they last, 4200 North 30th Street. First come, first serve. Thanks again, Robert. All right, then. I'm loving it, man. Robert Wagner is really, truly about giving back. I mean, he doesn't get paid for doing this stuff. He really sees the importance of him as a black man stepping to the plate to let his kids and other kids see that black men do come together, that black men do positive things, and dispel this perception that's been perpetuated by other folks of just the opposite. So whatever you may think about Robert, Robert is truly committed to this community. And it's not too many people, man, that I roll with. But I roll with Robert Wagner because I believe that he's doing it out of the kindness of his heart, and because it's the right thing to do. So if you want to participate in the 3rd annual tour track, December the 19th, 8:30 a.m., kickoff is at 104th and Center in the Dillard Mini Mall. Again, we want to talk about a little bit about, I guess, next year, since my guest didn't show up and I have not been able to get in touch with him. But we are planning what we believe is the first ever conference around mass incarceration, and it's going to be on best practices. So even though we're going to be talking about some of the problems, we're also going to be talking about what's actually working around the country in the area of mass incarceration. Best practices, if you will. Some of the workshops that we're actually looking at doing, and I thought Mel Becker came up with some very good starting points. Voting obstacles for formerly incarcerated citizens, obstacles to jury service of formerly incarcerated citizens. And when we talk about obstacles, most jurors are picked through their voting, registered voter, or their driver's license. And we have to educate people about the importance of having a driver's license and the importance of being a registered voter, and how that directly impacts the jury selection of the jury of his peers, if you will, to ensure that there's people of color and other folks on the jury, and not just an all-white jury. Because most of the time, you're not tried by a jury of your peers. So I thought that was a good workshop. Extension of banning the box to private employers. Director Scott Frakes, strategic plan to move corrections ahead. I have some good feelings about Mr. Director Scott Frakes and Mr. Mike Rothwell and Lane Gessler and the folks who are working in the Department of Correction at this particular time. I really believe they're going in the right direction. I really do. And I've been very critical of the Department of Correction over the last 10 years. But I've talked to folks at the Compton State Pen. I've talked to folks at the LCC. I've talked to folks at OCC. I've met with Mr. Mike Rothwell and Lane Gessler, and I really believe in their sincerity when it comes to addressing some of the problems. But more importantly, they actually have a plan. And the plan includes community involvement and how we can bridge those individuals coming out of the criminal justice system. So I'm excited. He understands that it's programs who has measurable outcomes that is the best predictor of whether or not an individual goes back into the criminal justice system. So it's very important that we realize that it's more important that we build a relationship around those individuals and work in a collective, if you will, to be able to address reducing recidivism. So again, we're excited about putting on the first ever conference around best practice. Correction, vocational, and life skills program expansion. Need I say more? Understand, I mean, you literally have a captive audience. So why are you not having your program behind the walls between a year, 18 months, building those relationships and using that as a vehicle to be able to bridge the gap between the community and the criminal justice system as a whole. Tapping the political potential of the formerly incarcerated. Right now in the state of Nebraska, over 60,000 ex-felons either do not know they have the right to vote and are not voting. What do you think would happen if 10% of that population would get a group and get 10% of the 60,000? That's 6,000. Elections has been lost in the state of Nebraska by 300 votes, 200 votes, 100 votes. You can literally have a voting block, a power, to bring about even more changes even quicker. So that's one of the things that we do is try to get those individuals to understand the importance and the connection and the power they have by becoming a voting bloc. Stay tuned. Major driving forces of mass incarceration. We want to know what are some of the major driving forces of mass incarceration in 2016, and how can we address those? What are some of the best practices doing around the country to address those? Child support, big issue. A lot of folks in the criminal justice system, either through the non-payment of child support, and while you're in the system, man, it accrues with interest. So individuals who are doing 3, 4, 5 years walking out with $30,000 of debt and wonder why in less than 3 years those individuals are back in the criminal justice system. Mental illness, need I say more? Big issue. We as a community is suffering from mental health issue. How can you not dealing with the circumstances that we're dealing when it comes to violence in our community? You gotta be suffering from mental health issues. So again, we're excited with bringing back Michelle Alexander and forming a conference around best practices, what's actually working around the country to impact mass incarceration. So stay tuned. If you want to get involved and learn more, you can go to our website at www.blackmenunited.org to learn more. Again, that's www.blackmenunited.org. You can also follow us on Pinterest, Facebook, and Twitter as well. Also, we are also on Periscope. If you have not heard about Periscope, you better ask somebody, because Periscope is probably one of the new technology out there that can literally telecast globally. So you can actually do an interview in real time, nationally as well as globally. So we try to utilize that app to do just, maybe 5, 10, 15, 20-minute promos, or actually to do a live broadcast through Big Mama. Sometimes I use Periscope on my show as well. So check out Periscope. It is a great app. Again, we do apologize. I had got confirmation from Mr. Beasley to come on the show. But for whatever the reason, that something must have happened. So we do apologize. So I'm gonna try to call him one more time. And maybe even try to call my second guest. So let's do this. Let's do this. Not much, Terry. How you doing? Yes. I'm asking you a question. Are you busy right now? No, can you do the interview right now? All right, great. I tried to call you a little bit earlier. My guest, he was not able to show up, my second guest. So I wanted to spend as much time with you and your organization. So I was hoping we could do it a little bit earlier. So first of all, thank you so much, Terry, for joining us on the show tonight. But before we get started, let's do like a 3 to 4 minute introduction of Terry Boykins, what you guys do. Yes, sir. Now, Terry, you just did a series on a television show, and it was a very powerful series, very close to some of the things that I've been dealing with as a man for years. And I want to talk in more detail about how they came about and some other things as well. So take us through why, first of all, this particular topic. you know, that is a very hard subject for anyone to talk about, but particular men. How are you able to get men into space where they would feel comfortable enough to be able to talk about something that's so serious and so stigmatic that most people won't talk about? How are you able to do that? You know, I'm about to catch myself because we had talked we had talked previously regarding the TV show and different aspect around the man plan, and it's something that I have not dealt with personally in my life. But it was so helpful to me to hear that there is a conversation taking place. Because people don't know, man. This thing is much wider and deeper than most folks realize. But the fact of the matter is, you have to be in a space, environment, where you feel comfortable enough to let your guards down. And for me, you were able to do that. And I know somewhere down the line I need to do a follow-up. And I'm planning on participating, hopefully with you, and to get more men engaged in this conversation, because it is impacting so many families, because we're not able to get to the space where apparently you have gotten to. What type of background do you have in this particular area? Wow. Wow. My mind is just going all over the place because I see you coming to Omaha, Nebraska, and being involved in two levels. We actually did last year. We did a conference around Black Men, Black Money. This this would have fit perfect in a workshop around that, and we also in the process next year of bringing Michelle Alexander here to do a conference around mass incarceration. Well, not just a conference around mass incarceration, but best practices. What's actually out there working that can reduce recidivism, and we want to have workshops around child support, mental health, things like that. I can see that as well. But before we go more into the show, could you give your contact information out if people want to learn more about what you do and how to contact you? You talked about some of your workshops. Talk about some of your workshops. You know, I really love the aspect of mentoring. It is so needed, particularly with males and females. So why was mentoring such an important part of your overall curriculum with this particular fatherhood and other programs? Are these part of best practices that you're referencing? You know, I want to talk about a little bit about that in more detail. But most people look at one-on-one mentoring and group mentoring, and I have never heard of a family mentor. And that's going to be my next question. What type of follow-up or measurable outcome do we have in this particular realm, if you will? Is there measurable outcome that we can actually take to funders and others to say, hey, see, this works. It's not necessarily peer-to-peer or group mentoring, but family mentoring work just as best or better. Because data, everything is data driven nowadays and evidence based. So we definitely need that. Yes. Let's talk about more. If a city or university or organization wanted to bring Terry Boykins here to do a workshop around, what would it take? Is what? Okay. Mm, mm. Wow. Terry Boykins, Street Positive. Wow. That was the right name for your organization. First of all, I am on the President Advisory Council of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, and also UNO, University of Kearney. They have some really powerful organizations on those campuses. One organization at University of Nebraska-Lincoln just did an exhibition around Black Lives Matter. We have the Brotherhood, which is a group of about maybe 25 or 30 young black males trying to directly impact this community and looking for some actionable steps to take in order how to accomplish that. So I definitely see you meeting with the Brotherhood and being on the campus of UNO, talking about the 10-year plan. And a lot of the stuff that you're talking about is desperately needed in Omaha because even though we have 4 Fortune 500 companies, more than anywhere in the country, even though we have a per capita more billionaires and millionaires than anywhere in the country, even though we had a 3.5 to 4% unemployment rate in the height of the depression or recession, those numbers are very misleading when you put them in perspective when you talk about people of color. Omaha, Nebraska is probably the worst when it comes to our kids. Is number 1 in poverty. Death by homicide, number 3 in the country. 1, 2, and 3 in a lot of areas that you would not think we would be in when you talk about all the different positive things happening when you talk about economic development. But economic development for who? And so go ahead. Mm. Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Preach, preach. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. These are some. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I say it all the time. Even though we're part of the problem, we are the solution. We are the solution. And some of the things that you're talking about are just are solutions. Um, let's talk about economics, because I don't think any other race of people have gotten it except us. Why do you think we are lagging in understanding the importance of building wealth and being able to pass on a legacy to our kids? Whoa. Say it again. Mm. Terry, this has been so informative and empowering. I mean, I'm literally have gotten goosebumps at some of the statements that you have made. They're so true. And some of the solutions that you came up with can be replicated in other cities with organizations. If there is a training that you do around the country in this particular area, simple ideas that we can incorporate on a daily basis to really build our kids' self-esteem, put them in positive situations. So this is something I'm gonna try to incorporate this coming Christmas, and I'm gonna pass it on to other individuals. We actually have a toy track working with my friend Robert Wagner, and we had about 1,000 kids that we actually gave toys to last year. So we try to do what we can to help as many as we possibly can. But look, Ted, I'm gonna make a commitment to you. I don't want to just bring you out here to Omaha to do just one thing. I think some of the things you talked about tonight on the show, we can benefit greatly in many ways. But we need to do it over more than one time. So I'm gonna talk to some individuals. And if you be thinking about it, or maybe sending me a couple of proposals. that I could take to some folks to get you out here to do some workshops. Not only in the schools, but we also work with the Department of Corrections. And they actually allow us to go behind the walls, because we literally have a captive audience. And we also be working with youth who are or has been adjudicated as adults, who are having babies at 16, 17 years old. But so I see you coming in that as well. Also, like, again, Black Men, Black Money. You have to come here and do a workshop, because that's the focus around fatherhood that we do on a yearly basis, and this fits right into what we're trying to educate people about. But before we go, could you give out your information one more time to people to learn more about what you do and to be able to contact you? Wow. Before you get off there, you just touched on something. I have my daughter, my angel, my queen, and that's one of my biggest fear. Biggest fear, and that's why I'm working so hard to make sure that she don't have to need nothing from a man. She's 17. And this is her final year in high school. She has been admitted in the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, but I am so afraid of her, first of all, finding a husband. Second of all, being put in a position where she could be vulnerable. So much violence going on, particularly on campuses. One in five. booth number? Well, I did not know that. Matter of fact, before you go, I had seen, I think her, Will Smith's wife. She had been doing some special investigation around sex trafficking of young girls. How much of epidemic is this particular issue of sex trafficking? Whoa. $97, you said 97 billion? That's a lot of money. %47 of those who are trafficked are males. I would have thought that number would have been the opposite, the female. Interesting. Mm, mm. So, from Mr. Terry Boykins, it has been quite a show. I am so glad that Mr. Beasley didn't show up, and that we was able to really delve into your organization and what you guys do. I am totally blown away at some of the information that you have put forth, particularly 1 out of 5 on campus. That is alarming. well, like I said, I learned and equipped myself with some information tonight. And I am definitely, as part of the President Advisory Council, going to be requesting that information as soon as probably next week. But Terry, my secretary and I will be contacting you at a later date, and really would like to bring you here on several occasions, on several fronts. So I will be talking to you soon, and I want to again thank you so much. And I know our listening audience have taken away so much information because my phone was just going off and on. But I wanted to engage in this conversation and learn more about what you got, what you do, and how we can actually bring that here. I don't bring too many people. Go ahead. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Terry. Powerful word from Mr. Terry Boykins, founder and executive business affairs at Street Positive. Thank you so much, Terry. You too. Wow, folks. Wow. I am going to be bringing that brother here. I am going to be bringing that brother here. If you want to listen to the show entirely, I know some folks have said that they were not able to hear him, but I heard him completely. So I was not able to do anything about that. Bill is not in the studio, so we do apologize. But it will be archived, so you will be able to go in and hear the entire conversation. This brother is off the chain and is very innovative at some of the ideas regarding solutions to a problem that we all talk about. I like the fatherhood aspect of it. I like the economic aspect of it. That's what Dale Guy's been preaching till the cows come home. How the only way we're going to truly have power is to have economic power. To be able to manufacture and produce, have value with us. Also, it gave you a great opportunity to say, hey, look, stop talking about how bad these kids are if you don't have something in the other hand. Here's an opportunity for you to be able to employ young folks through the holiday. Take that opportunity to be able to do that, whether it be through snow removal, whether it be through toy wrapping, whatever the case may be. If you have an opportunity to be able to hire a young person, please do that. Real Talk airs live. Again, you can go to www.ustream.tv.channel. Omaha 1690 AM to download this live broadcast. Also, don't forget, if you're looking for a turkey, go on down to 4200 North 30th Street at the Commodity Center. Robert Wagner and all the folks down there. So take your opportunity to be able to go out and enjoy. They will be there as long as the turkey is live. Again, folks, friends and family of inmates will be having their monthly meetings this coming Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30 at First Lutheran Church. Folks, that's about it. Oh, Buffy Bush Porter, don't forget, she is in need of coats and gloves. Warm Hearts, Warming Families coats and gloves giveaway will take place December the 5th at Benson High School. So you want to go out and support Miss Buffy Bush Porter. Last but not least, we have Miss Donna Smith will be our guest speaker at the December Hungry Club at Big Mama's Kitchen, sponsored by Black Men United and Big Mama's Kitchen. Donna has a radio show weekly on 1690 AM, Surviving Life's Tribulations. Her son committed suicide in 2011. She is a suicide prevention awareness advocate, has been a sports coach for the 23 years, and has been the executive regional director for Hoop It Up for the last 9 years. She's going to talk about suicide awareness. I think this is a timely topic as suicide and depression tends to rise during the holidays. Last but not least, Toy Track. You can go to Facebook at Project Nose or go to projectnose@gmail.com or call 402-812-6540. Kickoff is 104th and Center Dillard Mall. Again, December 19th, and it will start at 8:30 a.m. Also, we have started our class in the intro to the trades. Started December 14th, so I want to give a big shout out. I want to give a big shout out to Mr. Dale Gines and Miss Janice Foster and all the work they do to make Black Men United a force to be reckoned with. Our mission is to protect and build, and as always, I want to give praise to my Heavenly Father, Jesus Christ. As always, I want to leave you with peace. Happy Thanksgiving, folks. Make it a good one. Spend time with your family. See ya. You wouldn't want to be there. So stop broadcast, stop record.
Oh, yes, sir.